All right, let's go with it.
It ain't got to be no type of script.
You're right. Welcome to Man Cave. On today's episode, we have a bit of a special guest, and I will let him introduce himself.
I'm BBZ, I'm on Rock With, I'm your white baby, that scared name G, ain't telling him I make no sense to speak. And I'm his old teacher.
I don't know none of
I
what
hear
you
nothing
just
you
said.
He ain't supposed to.
But shoot, if it works.
Then he lost in the sauce.
Sure it did. But yeah, this is Fred. Like he said, he was we marched in the band together in high school, and now he is your platinum winner. Gold. Soon to be platinum winner.
Platinum.
You need to put me on a song. I don't have no talent, but
Now you know he got bars.
Bars.
I don't know. I wouldn't say all that.
He raps some conscious shit.
You say country?
No, it's
conscious.
Conscious.
Oh, I mean, I do a little spoken word poetry. I dibble dabble in it every once in a while.
So you know what about X next, huh?
What?
Putting me on the spot.
You said you think about what?
8 bars.
8 bars.
Yeah.
See, I don't operate. I don't operate like that.
I was saying, I'm not in this.
I can't do that. You got 8 bars?
Nah, I just want to see you gonna do it.
I ain't got it like that. You can have it. But on today's episode, we pretty much just talking about, the whole overall theme of the show is being a man, trying to help people out there be men, because we live in a world where people be tripping and, just trying to help people out. So on today's episode, we're talking about, mistakes, bouncing back from mistakes, and stuff like that. Because, I thought this one was full. Society tries to a lot of times they try to define men by the mistakes that we make, and they try to make it seem like that's our character and that's who we are. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like you do one thing and then they try to persecute you for it, for lack of a better word, excuse me. And we're here to just get away from that and to let people know that people make mistakes and that you can always bounce back from any situation. I saw a really good quote that I wanted to share with you all that says the measure of a man cannot be whether he ever makes mistakes, because he will make mistakes. It's what he does in response to his mistakes. The same is true. Okay, that's part of the quote's not important. But I think that's the company's mission statement. But I like the first part though. I feel like that's true because
You said you read that book? Nobody exposed you read that.
okay. I Googled. Yeah. It was good though, so I was like, I like this one. I'm gonna roll with that one. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you all because I thought that it was dope, because it's true. It's not about whether you're gonna make mistakes or not, because everybody's gonna make mistakes, but it's just about how you bounce back from those mistakes.
And a lot of people sometimes, they never bounce back from their mistakes. Sometimes they be stuck in it, blame themselves, and just be like, hey man, I'm effed up so bad, I might as well just sit here and pay for it.
Right.
I mean, that's stupid. How about instead you right your wrongs and then, just, how do I put it? Sort of like make those wrongs right with those people and
It's
stuff.
the same as right your wrongs.
Huh?
It's the same as right your wrongs.
I didn't have no other way to put it.
I feel you.
I know the way to put it, but yeah.
What you think about that?
I knew y'all about to laugh. But now I feel like one of the biggest part of it is not actually righting your wrongs. Cause I use myself as an example, right? So when I caught my charges back in the Gap, my attempted murders and stuff like that, I knew I was guilty. I knew I did wrong. So my objective when I was come home was to get myself in order and you know, you're right. But the problem is changing. But nah, so yeah, like I say, so I did my crimes, right? And I atoned for them. I took my time, and I planned on coming home and just moving a better way, being a better person that I can be, the best person that I can be. But I'm having a little trouble right now when it comes to city officials and development and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, they always gonna look at me like that, because anytime I get pulled over, they're gonna look at that crime report, gonna look at my charges, my convictions, and when they see me, that's what they see, you feel me? So that has stopped me from doing like I was supposed to donate something to the band a couple of weeks ago. It stopped me from doing that. So the biggest problem is some people, I wouldn't say judging the book by the covers, but it's like, I can't fault them either though, you know what I'm saying? Because once you know a person for doing something, when you see them again, you know what I'm saying? You don't expect change out of people. People don't change that much, you know what I'm saying? So that's a problem I'm having. So it's not so much of people getting themselves together. It's showing other people that they ain't got themselves together. Yeah. And those other people giving them a chance. And once other people don't give them a chance, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have just gave up and be like, forget it. I don't want to get nobody, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to help nobody else. Nobody want to give me a chance to show that I'm a better person. But a person like me, I don't like no as an answer, so I just try to find ways around it where I still can help. You know what I'm saying? Or at least show face.
Yeah. I feel like that says a lot about your character, you know, and that's part of being a man, is that, you know, when you presented with a challenge, you still find a way to make things happen. And I think that's a societal construct that we really need to break, is defining people by the mistakes that they make and the things that they do. Because, you know, yeah, everybody's gonna make mistakes, but it's like a child. If a child does something bad, yeah, you might beat them or whatever, you know, they might get punished. In black households, you was getting beat. But like, you're not gonna hold that against the child, you know, until they're 30 years old. Like, and I think that's something we gotta get out of just as people. I think that's a people issue of not seeing people for whatever it is that they did or didn't do. Because you can also be accused of a lot of stuff that you didn't do. I know for me, in my tenure in college, you know, it's college, you know, you always, you know, socializing with the women and stuff like that. Always socializing with the women and stuff like that. And I've done things I'm not proud of course, you know, everybody has. And so, you know, to some people, my reputation has been ruined, you know, based on some mistakes that I've made.
What you did?
I ain't done nothing too much, you know.
You left the toilet seat up or something?
Holy.
Nah, I ain't nothing like that. I mean, nah, I ain't done nothing too crazy. Nah, I ain't never been in those situations like that. But I done been caught up in a few situations that I should not have been in, you know. And there are people who still try to crucify, for lack of better words, you know, in that situation. But, you know, I feel like just as men, you know, we still got to learn how to press forward and how to move on from stuff like that. Let's talk about you and your problems.
I mean, shoot, all the way for as long as I can remember. Like, I didn't do nothing but make mistakes. Like when I was younger, up until now. Like, and even the most recent ones, which I pray none of those mistakes ever see the light of day. Lord have mercy. But it's just like you know right from wrong, but it's just like it's so easy to do wrong. Like it's
like Venom right now.
like Like it's so easy to do wrong, bro. Like, and it's like it's way harder to do right than you think it is. Like, it's easy to just be like, oh man, you know, like for example, I'm not saying this is one of my examples. Put it out there. Like for example, you know, like you're in a relationship and then this other girl is tempting you. You just like, oh man, like, and she like trying to throw it on you. You just like, my God, bro. Like I know for a fact I shouldn't be doing this, but like I can't help myself. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that like.
You know what you need? You need to practice bangism.
You said what?
Bangism.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't have sex or date and you got objective.
That's the thing?
Is that like a philosophy?
No, it's like
I ain't never heard of that.
Me neither. Like I said, now one of my scenarios.
Google.
Google's a
I'm
very
faithful.
useful resource.
Very faithful, very loyal, amen. But like that was just an analogy I came up with. What's that?
Bangism. A religion where you tune out sex, dating, or any other distractions during the process of accomplishing a major goal.
I think that.
I ain't never heard of that.
Me either. That's tight.
It's all like you need it, bro.
I told you that's not me. I'm telling
Sound
you.
like data porn. Sound like you need it. Data porn.
I'm telling
You
you.
want to use my account? I got a
You got a premium account.
Yeah, I'm a premium. I pay $12.
It's $12. Why it's so
I
high?
ain't like that.
Oh, hey, okay.
You should get to see full videos. And so, you know how you search and they just have the same stuff popping up. New stuff.
No,
Also
like
got
I
the
said.
Brazzers and all the things.
And OnlyFans? Who OnlyFans? No, look.
I
never
thought he
mind.
was taking stuff like that off OnlyFans.
That's what
I
they
read that
say.
in the article.
They were broke.
That's what I was thinking.
They
They
gonna
gonna lose
broke
all
as
the
the
money.
mud. Never mind. Okay, we chasing
Yeah,
rabbits
go
here. All right, but like I said, that's not me. It's not my scenario. But it's just a scenario I came up with. Like I said, it's easy to do wrong. And like my whole thing with my mistakes is like I'll make a mistake and I'll be so ashamed of it that I'll keep it to myself, try to bury it, or like I will literally just like let it drive me crazy. Because for so long I used to, I'm claiming though, I used to have really, really bad anxiety. So therefore I used to always like any small mistake I made would be like times 10. Like I sat up here, like for example, I just stole something. Oh my God, I committed murder. I'm going to jail for the rest of my life. Like that's how it is in my head. And like with every little mistake, like that's just how it is for me. And I'm just like, I'm beating myself up about it. And I'm just like, you know, like I'm going to hell. This is how I feel in my head. So literally like with making mistakes, it also starts with forgiving yourself.
That's
Like not taking it so hard on yourself. Like really understanding like, okay, I did that. I can't change that. So now, you know, what I'm gonna do now? You know, what type of person do I want to be now? Like, am I gonna let that define me? Am I gonna let that beat me up? Because for so long, I took so many of my mistakes and I just carried them with me everywhere. Like everywhere. It used to weigh me down until I just said, to hell with all of it. Really. Honestly.
Hey, you ever wonder like when you break, bro? I always say, like, what you gotta do it.
I don't know.
You ever thought
That
about
was a
that?
good point though. I ain't never thought about that.
Like what do you do?
Cause it's like it's refreshing.
You ain't releasing nothing. Though.
Right. That really don't make sense. Y'all ever notice water like don't have a taste, but it does have a taste? Cause you could taste bad water. Like when drinking destined versus this, it's like you could taste the difference.
I mean, the sauna actually has different chemicals in it. Though.
That's true. That's true.
It's devil water.
So, but you know, piggybacking off what you just said, and actually what you said earlier, I think that's why it's important to have like a solid group of people around you, because that's when you really learn who's really in your corner, like who's solid when you do make mistakes, because they're not gonna hold that stuff over your head. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. But and not only that, like them people gonna tell you straight up, like you've had to tell me so many times, like you know you messed up, right? I'm just like, for real? You was like, yeah, that was wrong, like that's messed up. And sometimes people can't see that they, you know, they doing some crap wrong. Cause sometimes I can't see it. Sometimes Derek can't see it. But literally having that person like in your life that's gonna hold you accountable and be 100% with you no matter how hurt your feelings be. It's like, nigga, it hurt my feelings a lot. High key.
Yeah, you be right.
Yeah. But like,
fishing.
you said what?
Like fishing.
It looked like it because you look like you just got something
Yeah,
off your
just
chest.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever hear my feelings?
I just be real about stuff.
Yeah, he just be real.
I can't help
He just be, like.
Honest all.
it.
Yeah, but like honestly, like having that person right there to just really tell you like, bruh, you messed up, and at the same time, not just tell you messed up, tell you where you messed up, and like offer a solution as to like, okay, this is how I see it, this is how you can fix it, but you might have a better route or something that you can take. Like, I mean, like to be honest, I always find it better like when I talk to somebody about a mistake I made. It's always way more clear what I have to do next, what I should do going forward. I don't know about nobody else.
My only problem with that, I got a family member who for some reason get out his advice, therapy advice, all type of shit. I'm sorry. From I guess his schoolmates. And so I ended up talking to him about something. He told me he got insomnia, he got bipolar disorder, he got this and that, this and that. I'm like, bro, you can't let everybody diagnose you. You can't. One. For one, especially not a specialist. For two, in life, sometimes everybody can't give you the answer. Like, I used to wonder why. I used to always wonder why. Like I always felt lonely, or like why I feel like I don't know, people don't get me. And then I just got to the point where I was like, fuck it.
Pretty much. I feel that.
Like, I'm really happy.
Like literally, like honestly, when I started saying like, the hell with everybody, I don't care no more. Like it's like, I don't know. It just, and I'm not saying be that way. Sorry, folks, not saying.
It just work out better for some people.
But it just work out better for some people. But honestly, like when you start to understand, like you doing this for yourself.
Right.
Honestly, like
sometimes in some situations it's good to be selfish. Like, cause I got a bad, empathy problem. So,
me too.
like, when my partner go to jail, I feel like I don't went to jail. When they stressing about some money, I feel like I'm stressing about some money. And sometimes, like, it's completely unhealthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I'm completely in a good situation, but I'm stressed out, and I have no reason to be stressed out. You know? So sometimes it's good to be selfish.
That's really true. Cause I know for me, especially since I've been in college, I find myself a lot of times just overextending myself to everybody in every different direction, and I'll put off what I got going on over here, and then I end up shortchanging myself, and then I'm the one that's tired at the end of the day, and didn't get none of what I had to get done, but I didn't help everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And people really be freeloading.
Yes,
You know?
he's definitely talking about a specific person.
Well, at least it ain't nobody in this room, so we good. But people really will, they'll freeload and they will dump all their problems on you, and that's the kind of people you don't want to be. You don't want to be the type of person who like, oh, I have problems, I made mistakes or something like that, and you dumping it on other people. Like, nah, you gotta get in there and handle your own stuff and handle your business. And like you said,